we got flagged again, huh?
We got flagged again.
Flag
It
it out.
probably doesn't help that we do an entire episode based on best kills and best deaths.
That was like
I'm sorry.
one
Best
section.
boop and best
Yeah.
algorithms.
We should have did
Gotta
that.
flag that. I know, huh? All we do is
Yeah.
motion it, so even our listeners at home that are streaming the audio doesn't know what we're doing either. We're
Yeah, they're
just
just
Yeah.
like, that's what?
You
That
can
makes sense.
probably actually commit a murder on the camera, and the video where you say the word is gonna get shut down before the actual one there, because no one's watching. No one at Google is watching it. They're
Yeah, the
just
fucking-
depending on their algorithm to
Yeah.
catch certain key phrases.
Yeah, the algorithm's like, I know what the fuck he meant by that. He
Yeah.
meant fucking.
you meant cunnilingus. It's like, well, yeah, but still doesn't mean you need to catch that robot.
It's like when you hear the stories when someone's like, "Yeah, I'm about to blow up this bathroom," and all of a sudden there's a huge scare. Like that's Google's algorithm.
That happened,
Yeah.
right? I feel like that happened.
Yeah,
Like,
it's happened multiple times. It happened with a football player from the 49ers. I think he was at the airport and he said something about like blowing up a bathroom, and I think he got arrested.
Yes, man. So welcome everybody back to Not a Strong Start. Welcome everybody back to Not a Strong Start, a movie podcast by filmmakers that love to watch movies, television, and talk about people bombing bathrooms. I am your host, Dutch. Daniel.
I am Berserker Predator.
I just got chewed out by my boss, so I'm just Charles Bernal right now. So
Not even Chuck. You're just Charles.
I'm not even Chuck.
Oh,
I'm Charles Bernal, MA, PhD, BCBA. Sure.
And that's what's going to get us censored. All right, guys, current events time. So they are making a live action movie based on the classic arcade game
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man. Yep. You won. You won.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think? How is that? How are they going to do a live action?
So wait, so that wasn't a Pixels? Pixel was in a live action Pac-Man?
That one had Adam Sandler. This one doesn't. They don't have enough budget.
That one had Pac-Man in it, right?
Yeah.
Like very briefly.
If they're gonna do a live action Pac-Man movie, it has to be a horror movie, right?
I mean, I'd
Yeah.
watch it more. I'd be more enticed if it was.
Where the protagonists are the ghost and Pac-Man
Yeah.
is like stalking and
Pac-Man's
haunting
evil.
them to eat.
That's seriously what I thought. I was like, Pac-Man's fucking scary. He's like the thing, and he's fucking eating. Like the ghosts have to be the good guys. That's what I think.
You
Yeah.
can say, are you guys ready for this? He's a
Oh,
predator. Because this week's episode, we're talking about Predator. Good or no? Was that weak? Was that a weak one?
Yeah, that was
Was that
so
two
weak. Where
buttholes?
like
you're
It was a-
lucky.
it
You're
was a
lucky that
laugh of pain.
Yeah, you're lucky that you edit these videos, so you're gonna be like, you're gonna watch it and be like, ooh, yeah, wipe this all.
I was gonna have 5 buttholes right next to my face. That's funny.
We're gonna
All
lose
right.
our ads just on that joke.
We're gonna have to owe them money. It's like, how does this work, man? Yeah. So speaking of which, man, on this week's episode, we're gonna be talking about Predator. We all watched the movie Prey. We're gonna save our thoughts for it, even though how badass it is. But we're not giving that away yet. We're not gonna say it. We're not gonna give how many badasses yet. But yes, it was cool. So let's talk about it. So Jose, I know you got a little bit of history about Predator. A lot of badasses.
Yeah.
Anytime.
It'll be good to start with just the origins of Predator, kind of how it was created. So originally it was created in 1984 by Jim and John Thomas. They
Good
were
year.
part of the of the original like Predator. From what I had read, some of the inspiration came from like A Dangerous Game and actually a favorite of ours, Alien. In there, even though it came out with this original concept. Just a funny thing is, I guess the Predator that we saw was not the original design of the Predator. So it didn't look anything like that. The original design was actually some like tall, lanky, dog face looking like creature. And basically the director was like, this isn't going to cut it. And Schwarzenegger, actually, he recommended Stan Winston.
Oh,
And for those who
Ooh.
don't know Stan Winston, uh, he's created for Terminator, for Jurassic Park, for Aliens, for The Thing. So well-known makeup artist and creature creator. So Schwarzenegger recommended him, and then that's how we ended up with the version of Terminator we have. Thank you, Arnold, for
Yeah.
for doing that. Because I've
Hmm.
seen little images of what it was supposed to look like, and no, it wasn't it. It
Dog
was
face.
not it.
Now he's a
Yeah, it was like
beautiful bastard that we see in the first one.
exactly. And then something I actually did not know is there's another name for them. They're called Jauja, Jauja, or something like that. It's
Jauja.
actually the name of the predators.
Nice. Jauja sounds like something out of an Avatar, doesn't it?
Yeah, Jauja,
And
Jauja.
that is another Nas made up fact. Woo! or, is,
Yeah.
or
Got
is that
No,
true?
that's true.
Oh, it's
That's
true?
real.
It's
Yeah,
real?
that's real.
Oh.
That's real.
Well, no, I don't know if a lot of people know this though, but actually they wanted O.J. Simpson to play the role of Dutch in the original Predator.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
That is another Nas made up fact. It's actually the Terminator. Oh, it's a fine here.
Yeah. But they didn't go with him because they believed people wouldn't believe that he was a killer. That's true.
Yeah.
That is true. He was
Yeah,
supposed
that
to
is
play the
true.
Terminator, right? So
Yeah.
that we all
Did
knew
you guys
that,
know
but-
that Jean-Claude Van Damme was actually originally cast to play the Predator? He did some he
Yeah.
was wearing the suit in some scenes.
Yo, that is correct. And actually, he was wearing the suits for the original design of the Predator, because they got him because with his martial arts background, they felt that they'll be able to make the Predator like nimble and fast. But with the original design of the Predator, it just wasn't working for his movement. And also, everyone else that Predator was going against was jacked. And then you had like scrawny looking like dog face
Yeah.
Predator trying to
Dog
kill
face.
him. It's just like visually it didn't make sense. You know, they live for the hunt and the honor of the hunt. They're basically a group of warriors. I think historically throughout all the contexts they've been in, they've just kind of like a whole bunch of clans, and they got all these different rankings. And then their ranking is based usually off of their hunting achievements. Because I know, and we'll touch on this later on with one of the movies, how certain types of predators have to do certain tasks in order to like move up to like their rank, whether it's like from sergeant to their like lieutenant or whatever it is. They would love to use skulls as their trophies and little notches on their belt.
No, it's pretty much that. Like they believe in this whole idea of trophies, right? So as they kill them, they have this display of their victory. It kind of ties a little bit into Native American, which made the whole movie of Prey awesome because you kind of have the same philosophical ideas and approaches behind it. You know, you become one with nature. You want to tackle a great beast or an animal to prove your victor, to prove your warrior side. You usually they usually keep some kind of skull or something to show your conquest. That's exactly what Predator is, and I loved it, man. The whole idea behind it, and I know it came from Alien, and as we've mentioned a billion times already, I love Alien. I love the Alien franchise. Predator, when Predator came out, it came around that era where there was so many kind of alien knockoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like you were getting a bunch of alien type creature horror movies that were coming out. Predator kind of felt like that, but when you actually watched it, it was so good.
We've talked about like slashers before, and then you have the big three. So you had Jason, you had Michael Myers, and then you had Freddy. And all three of them were big and good in their own right. But you had two that just were basically grab the nearest weapon and like just kind of stalk and kill people. And then Freddy was different. He attacked you a different way through your dreams, things like that. It's the same thing here. You had the movies about aliens and all of that, and they're just these killing machines and animalistic. And then you had Predator, who was different, where it was like he wasn't killing, just at a like instinct or animalistic aspect. He was killing for honor, and there was a moral code or an honor code to what they were doing. They were more like warriors than killing machines, and I think that's what made Predator stick out.
Yeah, it does. And the slasher aspect of it, Alien and Predator was always a little scarier to me because it's an alien, it's a creature, it's a monster. There's no human conscious, whereas if you're going against Jason, pre-zombie Jason, he's still a man with man strength. Even Michael Myers, he's
Or
strong. What's that?
Or woman. Or mother.
Woman's strength is stronger than man's strength.
Mhm.
A woman can lift up a car if her child is under it and trapped.
Say it.
Very true.
Say it, Chuck.
That's
That's another
not,
Nas.
That is not another Nas made up fact. That is true. Ding ding
Nas
ding ding.
fact.
Can you add that?
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding. Okay, cool.
Although science has shown that a man can lift up a car if the remote for the TV has fallen into the car and he's about to miss a play on his favorite football game.
Or
exactly
if the last buffalo wing falls out and rolls under the said car, that man can lift said car with said hands.
Yeah.
The
So
set-
pretty much even on par,
Yeah, exactly. Some could argue.
Yeah.
Argue. That's all we're saying.
So-
Yeah, you see those dads that like they're at the baseball game and they're holding their like 6-month-old baby and they're like, oh, the ball, and they're like freaking trying to catch the ball. The baby's like over here, and they catch it. They're all, hey, baby.
I saw one last year when he went and stuff, and he actually let his baby go. You see in slow motion the baby start to slide down, and then he caught him before he like completely fell. But for a split second, that baby was airborne.
It's just instincts, dude. If I was there, I'd have been like, oh, pop up, I got this.
Or throw the baby up to give you more time to catch the ball.
Yeah.
than catch it.
Yeah, I can do that too. Yeah.
Hey, man, come on.
All right, Predator.
All right.
Yeah.
Predator, guys. Predator 1. The fact that they got Arnold Schwarzenegger just as he was rising up into his that huge career that he had in the 90s, that was huge for this movie, man. They had such excellent casting for Predator 1.
The unknown. Something's
right.
out there, something's
Mhm.
stalking us, something's taking us out. It's a alien creature. So there is horror elements, even though the genre did go more towards like action and suspense.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially towards the middle of the movie where the first act is a lot of like action and they're on a mission.
Yeah.
The third act is really Arnold versus the Predator. That middle part where Jose was saying there's a lot of like unknown. It's funny because I had my headphones and I was watching it the other night on my iPad and I actually jumped a couple of times. Like there's like, damn, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, there's definitely that horror element when he grabs him and he pulls him into the grass and he's like, shh, and he just points. And when the people start getting taken out, especially when you don't see Predator yet, it reminded me a little bit like Jaws, where you see it and you could tell that it's invisible. You see his point of view. I thought the whole idea of the point of view and seeing the infrared, how he's able to read body temperature, such a cool element to add to it because we never saw something like that. We never saw Jaws' point of view. But Mac, there you go. And the great thing about this movie with Predator 1 is that the characters, you got a really, really good sense of the characters in the first act. So by the time they started getting picked off, you started to like them. You started to care. They weren't just throwaway people, Aliens captured that very well too. They gave you like a band of command, like for those ones like military, like Marines, you really felt for the characters. Predator 1, absolutely. And that was something that, in my opinion, the Predator sequels just didn't quite get it. They didn't quite have those characters that you cared a lot about. You know what I mean?
No.
I think part of it too, something that this movie added that a lot of the sequels was not able to provide, was it was the perfect environment and setting for the movie. Here we were in the jungle. There's no buildings to hide in. There's literally just nothing but trees. He can be anywhere. You can't just go get in a car and like drive away. They're like stranded there. So that environment itself was a character that made Predator
for sure.
work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's why I think what captured Predator 1 so well was because they were placed in this jungle. You were very vulnerable. You were out there. It was man versus beast. That's what was so fascinating. As they came out with the sequel, we might as well get into Predator 2 now. It takes place on Earth again, but it's war-torn Los Angeles. So now we set into the city. And even though Predator 2 is fun and there's some fun moments to it, because I wouldn't classify Predator 2 as a bad movie. It just wasn't Predator 1 because the element that you're talking about, the location, Predator in a big city just isn't as interesting. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you have buildings, you have things that you can kind of hide from. That fear of the creature prowling on you and you being in their domain, that is the scary element of Predator.
I agree. One thing that I always found funny with the Predator 2 is just the little fake out at the beginning. So usually because it takes place in LA, and then you see like the camera at the beginning and it's going through like the trees and the forest, and it looks like you're in like another jungle, and then it rises above like the Hollywood Hills, and then you see the city. It's like, nope, just kidding, not going back to the jungle. So I always found that funny, but I think one of the things that Predator 2 loses is
Arnold.
Yeah. Well, yes.
Yes.
First of all, yeah, very formidable combatants on the human side. You lose that. I mean, I love Danny Glover, but no one's gonna mistake him for a formidable combatant. But but on top of that, it's like Predator's behavior was a little different when it came to the other one. So with part one, you get this essence of a hunter, and he sees these skilled fighters with all this weaponry, and so he's trying to take them out, kind of prove himself, the thrill of the hunt. But it's a little more inconsistent in Predator 2 when he like kills. His drive is inconsistent. If you get what I'm saying.
Maybe he went rogue. You know what I mean? Maybe he was like a hunter, but he wasn't like that good. So like, get the fuck out of here, go to LA. And he's like, fuck it, I'll go to LA. So he went to LA and he just started butchering people, dude. He's like, fuck it, I'm not doing it for sport. I'm a savage.
But he did send up an email first to his upper management and then just booked it. That's an inside joke for everybody. But no, but I agree with you, Jose. And the issue too is it's kind of goes with what Aliens did. I love Aliens, the movie as well.
Stop talking about Aliens, dude. We're talking about Predator, dude.
They're synonymous with each other, the two franchises, because obviously they had Alien versus Predator, which we're about to get into. But with Alien 1, Alien was way more smarter. He hunted them. And Aliens, they were just dummy creatures that they were just slaughtering. That's kind of how Predator.
And it was awesome.
And it was awesome. It was awesome. Bill Paxton, man. I love Bill Paxton.
Dude, can we just give a shout out to Bill Paxton real quick? Because he got fucking murked by the Terminator, the Predator, and fucking Alien. So
and he was in True Lies. Remember, I got a little dick. It's pathetic. It's like Bill Paxton. Dude, I love Bill Paxton.
Rest in peace to Bill Paxton.
I was gonna say one of the things that Predator 2 I did enjoy was it did touch again on the honor code that Predator has. The subway scene, which by the way, whenever I'm taking the subway and it goes like underground, more often than not, I'm thinking of the Predator scene when I'm like in the car. I'm like, what if Predator just attacks this right here?
You want some candy? He's like, want some candy?
But that led to like the scene where he grabs Maria Conchita Alonso in there, and he's about to murk her, and then he sees that she's like pregnant and the baby isn't armed. So he was like, all right. So
it was a girl then. It was a girl baby. Is that what you're saying?
No, it's a man baby. A female would have been stronger.
Or you said not armed. Do you mean it was going to be born like one of those pelagics without any arms or something? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, it wasn't carrying a gun, considering that a few minutes before on the train, every single person on that train had a gun and pulled out a gun. So it was like, holy crap, like everyone is armed. And the baby wasn't armed. So Predator was like, all right, baby's not a threat. Left her alone. But there's that honor code where it's just like, I could just kill all these people, but I'm like, I'm not gonna kill unless there's an honor to it, unless you're a danger or you're threatening me or I feel like it's worth it.
Yeah. Especially when he goes out of his way to come to Earth. He's here for the hunt. He's not here just for bloodshed,
Yeah.
So after that, they finally had Alien versus Predator, which is why I've been mentioning Alien on this episode. Anyway, I can plug it. I was excited when Alien versus Predator came out. What we saw was ridiculous because it was an archaeological expedition that happens in Antarctica. We've never seen the aliens on Earth. So Alien versus Predator just kept jamming aliens on Earth. And it was like, why? I don't want to see that.
Oh, what was weird about it? So remember I was mentioning earlier, so you've got these different ranks. And usually it depends how accomplished you are in your hunts and your kills and all of that. So I know basically, I think they're called like the young blood or whatever. They're kind of your youthful alien who haven't had any kills or anything. They, according to lore, their rite of passage is to take out a xenomorph. So why they decided that should happen on Earth and why the aliens would be keeping a queen xenomorph on Earth for every 100 years they can come down and send their teenagers as a rite of passage. They could have done that on any other planet. But anyway, that I get the concept that we're going for of these like predators earning their marks. It just didn't make sense, like you said, that it would be happening there.
Well, I think if they didn't do it, we wouldn't have a movie.
And we shouldn't have had a movie.
I wanted to like it, right? Love Aliens, love Predator. So like, do I think it's a bad movie? Yes. Do I like it? Yeah. Because I'm really, really trying to like it, and I'll watch it every once in a while. It has some cool stuff in it, and like Jose was saying, like I kind of get the premise, the idea they were going for. Like we always say, it just didn't stick the landing. It really didn't. But I liked that one shot, or maybe I like it because it was so stupid, or maybe it was great, where all the xenomorphs are all like going running up the freaking temple thing, and the predators right there shooting them all. Like I thought that was cool, or maybe it wasn't cool. I don't know. I could bail. I don't care.
I think my biggest things with it, biggest problems were one, and I get that they were young predators, but it's not the predator I wanted to see. Strong, agile, like killer predator. These were slow, inexperienced. Like they just lumbered around like the whole time. Even when they were running, it looked like they had like 5 tons on their back. Yeah. And then at the end, it looked like way too much like they were trying to do a romance between the predator and that last woman that was left, as they're like slow motion running together at the end to escape everything. I was like, are they trying to like set something up here for like a rom-com with
they are, because in the movie the Predator, the new one that came out, the one that Shane Black did, the Predator they have there, they're like, this has like human DNA in it. Are you saying? And then he's like, yeah, we want to know if someone fucked a predator.
This might have been
that was it. That was them, dude.
Are there female predators?
Yes, but they're very, very rare. But they are female predators. I think they've mostly been used, I think, in like the comics and graphic novels. I don't think we've seen any in any of the movies, even in the background.
Would you bang a female predator?
Is my life on the line?
How does the body look?
No.
It no, looks like then just maybe.
Why would you not?
How cute is her mask?
She has a really cute mask.
It's bedazzled.
Yeah, but she takes it off though.
Yeah.
Bedazzled.
Speaking of romance.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll just circle back a little bit to the original Predator. We were on Twitter, and someone on Twitter suggested that Mac and the Jesse Ventura character were actually lovers.
I've heard that.
I had no idea until I started reading the thread, and I was like, "Oh my god, what,
dude?" Okay. No lie. I was watching it, right? And he's talking about him, right? After he dies, he's like, me and you. It was just me and you right there. It came out of nowhere. I'm gonna carve your name into his body. And I was thinking, what the fuck? Like, this is really homoerotic, you know? And I'm like thinking about
So
you guys,
it's
and
like
I'm
Top
like,
Gun.
yeah, and I'm like, if I were to carve Dan or Jose's name in someone's body, like, I mean, like, I love them, right? Like, and then I saw the thread like a little while later. I'm like, holy shit, this dude was saying that he thinks that they're lovers. And there's this scene right after he dies, Jesse Ventura dies, and Duke Schwarzenegger tells Bill Duke, or character, he's like, oh yeah, like, sorry, man. He's like, yeah, he was my friend. And you're like, what the fuck, dude? Are these guys lovers?
Predator's a equal opportunity hunter.
Yeah, he really is. Good for you, Predator.
Yeah.
Way to
Good
not
for you,
discriminate
Predator.
against who you. Yeah.
All right, so Requiem, the second one, which I have
Got
to
better.
say personally, is an upgrade over the first AVP, partially because I mean it's a direct continuation of AVP. So basically, to clean up the mess that was created by the young predators and the humans in the first one, which causes the ship to crash after a predalien is created.
Yes.
They sent actually this time an elite warrior. I think his name was like Wolf. Wasn't that what they were calling the predator or something? I think it was like Wolf.
That's
Anyway.
Bullet Train, dude. Wolf. It's Bullet Train.
No,
That's
I think it
haven't
was
seen it yet.
Wolf. Yeah,
You've been busy. You've been busy.
yeah. But anyway, this time they sent an elite predator. So that's what I enjoyed about this one more than the other one. Is now you had a predator that was competent. Like at one point, I think this predator took out like 15 xenomorphs in a row, like by himself. He was just taking them all out.
You said 36 dicks in a row?
Yeah, it wasn't even tired.
We will not be censored. Go.
We refuse to be censored, even if nobody hears us.
The next one would be Predators. And
Predators. I like Predators.
Predators.
I like Predators. It wasn't bad. You know what I mean? It was pretty good. It was enjoyable. They had a good cast of characters. I like Topher Grace in it, man. I liked him in it.
Yeah, he was good. I'm watching it right now.
That one was a good one.
Whatever.
No, it's trivia.
Nas trivia. 2 Academy Award winning actors are in Predators. Adrian Brody and Marshall Ali. Marshall Service. Blade's in it. Yeah, but no, it's fucking good, dude. I like it. I really like it. Topher Grace.
And Adrian Brody, dude. Adrian Brody got ripped for that role. Good for him.
It's a stud.
It was actually that role that got Topher Grace casted as Venom Spider-Man. That's the role that actually won him that.
You're a fucking liar. Spider-Man 3 came
There's
out first.
another not a strong start made up facts.
I was like, yeah? Oh, wait a minute. Like, that movie was like in 1985, dude.
You can always tell, but we always lean into our microphones as we start saying it.
So actually,
what happened?
Our eyes get all wide. So I have some trivia for you.
Just let it sink in.
I swear it's true.
Mira.
But yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah.
Danny Trejo's in that.
Yeah. Well, it went back to, like Dan had mentioned earlier. It was back of Predator versus humans versus nature. Together. So that's something that we didn't have with the AVPs and with Predator 2. So like in that way, it went back to kind of the roots that we got with the first movie, even though it wasn't Earth.
All right, guys. So then there was the Predator. Chuck?
The Predator should have been way better than it was, but I still love it. Like, it's kind of corny. It's a little bit cheesy, but I love the characters. I mean, I love Shane Black. You know, I think he could have been a little bit better, you know, but I loved the cast in it, and there was a big ass fucking super predator in it, dude. But a little bit too many jokes. A little bit. I enjoy them, but it was just a little bit too funny. But I still liked it. So
That was actually the Berserker Predator.
oh, that's the Berserker Predator.
Yeah, that's one we see at the end. Oh
It's
well,
like
not
Mutant
at
Shredder.
the end, but the second half. Yeah, that giant one.
Yeah, I think I have. Yeah.
It's like
Anyway.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Secret of the Ooze, the Shredder.
Super
Remember how he's like
Shredder.
ooze stuff? Super Shredder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ninja Rap,
Yeah.
Vanilla Ice, yeah. But no, I liked it. It had a Key
Yeah.
Keegan
Yeah.
was in it.
Yeah, that might be one of the ones that if I had to put into a category, it would go under like guilty pleasure category because I
Yeah,
know
for
it's
sure.
bad,
For sure.
but
yeah.
I'm like I kind
Yeah.
of enjoyed most of it.
Yeah.
There were
Yeah.
parts where I'm like, this is horrible, but
Finally, guys, they gave us Prey. So how many badasses or how many buttholes do you guys rank it?
oh man.
I'd give it 4.5 badasses. Didn't get 5 only because spoiler alert, I didn't like the way they killed the brother. I mean, I know Jose, like, and I watched it again the other day, and I kind of understood a little bit more, but he was 5 badasses that he shouldn't have went out like 5 buttholes. He went out kind of weak. I still think. I heard Jose, and it softened the blow a little bit the second time I saw it, but I just felt like he could have had a more ceremonial or just a better ending to his character. Like,
Yeah, for those of you who were not around for that conversation, which is all of you, basic if spoiler alert again, I didn't have a problem with the brother death scene because he put up a really good battle. He was actually kind of punking the Predator a little bit to the point that the Predator was like, I gotta go invisible because this guy's fucking me up. And then where it happened is you had the brother standing in a location, an open area. There wasn't even really trees, probably within like 10 to 12 feet away from him. Surrounded, invisible Predator. He knows is around him. He can't see him. And he saw at that moment, like, I can't make it out of this. So he just yells to her, like, I'm about to go down. You go. And there was Predator behind them, ready to slice and dice him. And even after he cut him up, he was still fighting because this Predator went to go after. So he stabbed the Predator again, like while he's dying on the ground. So I felt he went out pretty badass.
I think he could have fought a little bit, then got shanked, then fell, then stabbed him. He was just fucking standing there, dude. Like, he was like, "This is it. I'm gonna die. You should go." Oh!
Well, he did.
Like, he was like waiting for him. He's like, "You should go, dude. I'm done talking. Yeah, stop me."
Like wrestling, huh? Like wrestling.
Well, he did see
Yeah,
him.
you know. Are you ready? That was my cue for you to stab me.
The rock, hit me with the rock bottom.
Yeah.
In all fairness, he did see him. He started to turn around to attack.
Fuck that.
Like he was waiting for the Nas made up fact.
Yeah, he was. He was like,
I found out a long time ago, when from my battles with the Predator, that if you allow him to get behind you, it's really hard to turn around in time. He's going to stab you. I lost many of people that way.
yeah, because he was bullshitting, talking. You should have still been turning around instead of being like, "All right, so I'm gonna die now." He should have been like, "He's around here somewhere," And he wasn't. He was just like, "I'm dead." I didn't like.
Should have just gone into tornado swing, just opened his arms and started
Yeah,
spinning
dude.
around.
Yeah, I mean, dude, he's got a fighting chance at least.
That would have been something.
What do you think, Dan?
I gave it 4 badasses.
No, about the death.
Oh, about the death?
Who are you going with?
I see that it was a little cheap. I mean, he was kicking his ass and stuff. It didn't bother me as much as you do, but I understand what you're talking about, where he just kind of gives up. They could have done that like a little cooler, where like it was more obvious that he was going to be defeated. You know what I'm saying? Like he was kicking his ass. Other than him not seeing him, he even like hit him, and you started seeing like the red glow. So you started seeing parts of him. Yeah. There was creative ways you could have thrown dirt or something to try to see him. Like he could have done something if he was that badass.
So you're
We
not my
couldn't pick
best friend, not Jose's, right? Is
him.
that
Hey,
what you're saying?
I would say this, if it helps, Chuck, it is not the worst killed by invisible person death that I've seen.
You're talking about Hollow Man?
No, I'm actually
Oh.
talking about Friday the Nightmare on Elm Street part 4.
Oh,
Where the guy
anything,
yeah,
yeah.
he's beating up
That was worse.
Invisible Freddy, and then somehow doesn't see the visible glove flying at him, and it hits him right in the chest. So we could have gotten that.
So I give it 4 badasses. The first complaint, the biggest thing that I kind of had with this was that the budget and the production felt kind of small. And what I mean by that is when you see her walking up to her, her tribe and the housing, everybody had what looked like brand new clothes. Their housing looked clean. If you're living in the dirt and it's been worn in, it didn't quite look worn in. Everything looked like it was freshly out of a costume designer's closet. That was my biggest complaint with it. And if you rewatch it, you'll kind of notice that everything looked too new. It just didn't look lived in. So that already kind of starts to show me it feels like a production. It feels like a movie.
Maybe they just got new shit.
Huh?
They just got new shit, dude.
Good at laundry.
Yeah.
They had some whirlpool in the back.
They got the good tide.
They just had their worn shit. It was winter. Everything got fucked up, so they had to make brand new shit.
Oh, well, then that completely changes my score.
Yeah.
But I think that was the biggest thing. The promo pictures of her with the Predator blood look so badass. It looks so cool. We got it at the very, very end. I wish we saw that when she was fighting him. And I wouldn't knock that for the points or anything like that. I'm just saying, I wish I'd seen a little more of that because it's a cool visual look of it.
I think I gave it with Chuck. I'm at 4.5 badasses on this. I think my favorite parts of it, one was the hunting aspect of it. We got that back again. I think one of the amazing things that I feel that they did there is throughout the whole movie, you kept seeing the parallel between Naru and the Predator. The way she was tracking, and then you saw how he was tracking, the way she was hunting, the way he was hunting. When she was healing herself, you see the parallels, how he's healing himself with these like natural looking aspects. So you saw the parallels between them before they even matched up. And I thought that was really, really good to watch. And then one of the other things is the variety of the kills. He just didn't go around stabbing everyone. There was some creativity to the kill, how he used his shield, how it seems sometimes he was looking at his enemy that he was fighting and then trying to replicate his style to theirs. So you see when he first faces her tribe, what does he do? He shoots his version of arrows at them, and that's how he's taking them out. He's shooting his little blades. When he's fighting like the colonists, he uses his blaster a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I felt like that was a cool element of it where when he was fighting the bear who has no weapons, he was like, fuck it, hand to hand, let's do this. I'm gonna body slam you. So it was like how he adapted his style to match up perfectly with who he's battling without going the cheap way and overwhelming them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. And it feels, especially with this one, they kind of took like a Mandalorian Boba Fett kind of feel with Predator. You know what I mean? Where you can tell that there's modified equipment that they use. Even their faces physically look different. I love that aspect, man. How the Predators look different in different movies. Exactly what you guys said. I mean, I really love. I mean, when he took on the bear, damn, that was such a cool fight scene. That was so dope, man. And the girl, I loved the girl in it, man. I thought she was so cool. I think Prey is my favorite Predator sequel. I easily put it up there, I think, as my favorite Predator sequel.
Probably,
how do you guys feel?
Yeah. I'd have to watch it a couple of more times to see. Like my guilty pleasure one is the Predator. So that one I think is second for me, just because I just love it. I have fun watching it, But yeah, no, it was just so good, and I keep telling everybody to watch it. My stepdad and my mom, they fucking watched it. They loved it. Like my stepdad knew though. He was like watching it. Spoiler alert. He's watching it and he's like, I know how they're gonna kill the Predator. And I was like, how? He's all, quicksand. Watch. And I'm like, and then the gun, right? She has the gun, and he's like, that's the same gun from part 2. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, you're like 70 years
You
old.
already
Like, what are you
watched this.
doing? Yeah, I'm
70
like, what are you
years old.
doing, dude? Like, because I'll talk to him about other shit, and he's like, I don't remember that shit, But he was like, he's got like the Predator lore. I don't know if that just stuck with him. But just real quick, because you guys are better than this than I am, I think. But the Predator, right? So this was in the 1700s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did their technology get better? Like say in Predator 1, you know how he's got the bomb, right?
Mm-hmm.
It blew up like the whole fucking jungle. But he used it this time, and it just kind of blew up like a smaller section, right? And his helmet looked a little more organic, kind of really, than like the metal ones they have. Do you think that their technology got better over 300 years?
Absolutely. Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
And even in this one, he used arrows, and the other one he had
that
freaking
one.
laser beams.
Yeah. You guys saw the little teaser at the end, correct? With the cartoons. Well, the wall animation or whatever they have. Chuck, that face says no. So basically during the credit scene, you see the whole movie restart again, but through like the cave animations that they have there, you see it go through. But one thing that didn't happen in the movie that you see at the end of those animations is you see like all these ships like heading towards like Earth, which I'm assuming is Predator ships. So I think that hints at other visits. Plus, somehow the Predators got that gun back.
Yeah.
That's now holding by his tribe. So I think they see, oh, wait a second, this might have been the first time that one of the Predators got taken out on Earth. So maybe they see this as, oh, we got formidable people here, and then start this whole battle, which could have led to them improving their technology and adapting it to better face us.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And the director, Dan Trachtenberg, man, the guy's done a lot of good things. 10 Cloverfield Lane. I really like 10 Cloverfield Lane.
I fucking love that one. Yeah.
Dude, he's directed episodes of The Boys. He did some episodes of Black Mirror. The guy's legit. And this movie definitely proved that. I'm excited to get a sequel for this, man. I'm pretty sure they're going to greenlight it because the positive reviews on this, we finally have like a consensus good Predator movie. It's not arguable,
Yeah, and they have I don't know if you guys noticed this, but the chick, I don't know what's her name. I don't know her name, the main girl, but she's getting like direct messages from like the original cast of Predator, like welcoming her into the Predator family, like Ventura, Schwarzenegger, Bill Duke. Like they've all messaged her like on Twitter, like, hey, congratulations, awesome, welcome to the family. Like, and then they all quote a line. So Bill Duke does his at the end of it, he's like, anytime or something like that. And then Jesse Ventura at the end, he puts, I ain't got time to bleed. Like they're all doing like quotes, like they're their best quotes.
How about Billy? No Billy?
And that was another Nas made up fact. No, just kidding. That did happen.
I was gonna say, man, you got me on this one.
No, they did do that. That was dope. Okay. They did that. Yeah.
All right, guys. What's on the queue? Hit us. What's on the queue? What do you guys have?
I'm gonna go the Predators. You gotta watch the Predators. Yeah. I feel
consensus.
It's one of the better ones.
Nice. Yep. No, I
totally agree. Prey, and then after you watch Prey, fucking start over and watch them all again.
We now have a Thursday show, guys. We have a Thursday Twitch show. You can catch us live, 5:30 Pacific Standard Time at Pop Couture. You can go ahead and if you look at our social media, you'll see where to find the login, the click, and all that stuff. But please join us. You guys can interact with us. Make some jokes, and we'll share your comments. Thank you guys for watching another episode. You can watch us on YouTube. Please like, comment, subscribe, share. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Not a Strong Start. I'm your host, Dutch King_Sangre.
I'm Berserker Predator. You can find me at This Is Mi Nombre on IG.
And I'm Chuck. You can follow me at Chad Radwell 12.
Yes.
It's big as a house. Get it? Yeah. She said a small one. And I said, big as a house.